Welcome back to Coins, the home of rare finds, hidden treasures, and unbelievable stories behind the most ordinary-looking coins in your pocket. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most mysterious and talked-about coins in American history, the 1983 Lincoln Penny Liberty coin, a coin that looks like any other penny at first glance, but one that could be worth thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars if you're lucky enough to find the right one. So sit back, watch carefully till the end, and maybe, just maybe, you'll discover that the coin sitting quietly in your collection or change jar is a small fortune waiting to be uncovered. The story of the 1983 Lincoln penny begins in a time of transition for the U.S. Mint. In 1982, the composition of the penny was changed. Before 1982, Lincoln cents were made mostly of 95% copper, with a small amount of zinc. But because copper prices were rising and it was becoming too expensive to make each penny worth more than its face value, the U.S. Mint made a big change. From mid-1982 onward, pennies were made mostly of zinc with a thin copper coating, a huge difference that collectors would later discover had major consequences for certain coins, including the 1983 penny. Now, the reason the 1983 Lincoln penny is so special comes down to one thing: composition and rarity. In 1983, all pennies were supposed to be struck on the new zinc planchets, but a few were accidentally minted on the older copper ones left over from 1982. These rare transitional error coins have since become some of the most valuable modern U.S. coins ever discovered. Just imagine, a simple 1-cent coin that could sell for $15,000, $25,000, or even over $40,000 depending on condition and mint mark. Some rare versions with special errors have even fetched nearly $80,000 or more, and coin collectors around the world are still hunting for them. So, what makes your 1983 penny valuable? Let's take a closer look. First, check the weight. Normal 1983 pennies made of zinc weigh about 2.5 grams. But the rare copper versions weigh closer to 3.1 grams. You can easily check this using a small digital scale. If your 1983 penny weighs around 3.1 grams, congratulations, you may be holding one of the most valuable modern pennies ever created, but that's not the only thing to look for. The mint mark also matters. 1983 pennies were produced in 3 locations: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, with a D mint mark; and San Francisco, proof coins with an S. The 1983 D copper penny error is the one that set the numismatic world on fire. In 2013, a collector discovered one and it sold for nearly $23,500 at auction. That single discovery sparked a nationwide hunt as collectors everywhere started checking their pocket change, hoping to find one of their own. Beyond composition, there are other variations of the 1983 penny that can also be worth serious money. For example, the 1983 double-die reverse penny is another highly valuable find. On this variety, the letters on the back of the coin, especially 1 cent and E pluribus unum, appear doubled. If you spot this doubling under magnification, you might have a coin worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on condition. One of these double-die coins once sold for more than $700, and high-grade versions have reached close to $2,000. Now, let's talk a bit about the history of the Lincoln penny itself. Introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, it was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person's face. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln penny has become an enduring symbol of American history and pride. The design has changed slightly over the decades, but Lincoln's portrait remains the same, a tribute to the man who preserved the Union during its most difficult days. The word "liberty" to the left of Lincoln's face is not just a design element, it's a reminder of the values that coin collectors treasure: history, freedom, and the enduring legacy of American coinage. So when you hold a 1983 Lincoln penny in your hand, you're not just holding a coin, you're holding a piece of history, one that bridges 2 eras, the end of the Copper Age and the dawn of the Zinc era. And for collectors, that makes it even more fascinating. Every small detail matters. The date, the mint mark, the color, the luster, and even the sound it makes when dropped on a hard surface, all can hint at what kind of coin you have. Let's talk about current market value. As of now, in 2025, common 1983 zinc pennies in circulated condition are still worth just 1 cent. But if you find one in pristine uncirculated or proof condition, it might bring anywhere from $1 to $10 depending on the grade. However, if you discover a copper transitional error coin, the market value can skyrocket. Graded examples certified by PCGS or NGC have sold for over $15,000 to $40,000, and in rare cases, even more depending on demand and condition. Some coin experts estimate that fewer than 20 authentic copper 1983 pennies exist today, making them true treasures of the modern coin world. Even more exciting are those rare 1983 copper cents, which are even scarcer. These coins have been the subject of coin show discussions, online auctions, and collector forums for years. When one appears at auction, it instantly becomes the center of attention, drawing bids from around the world. In today's market, that kind of rarity combined with collector demand makes the 1983 penny one of the hottest coins in circulation collecting. If you're wondering how to identify if your coin could be one of these rare pieces, here's a simple guide. Step 1. Weigh the coin. Step 2. Look carefully at the reverse for doubling. Step 3. Inspect under good light for sharpness and mint luster. Step 4. If it looks special, take it to a professional coin dealer or send it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC. Remember, even small details like tiny die cracks, planchet errors, or off-center strikes can add value. Some collectors have turned what looked like pocket change into hundreds of dollars with just a sharp eye and a magnifying glass. Now, let's talk about why this coin still captures so much attention. The 1983 penny tells a story of change, of mistake, and of hidden fortune. It represents how something as simple as a minting transition could lead to one of the most collectible coins in modern history. And that's the magic of coin collecting. You never know when history and luck might meet right in your hand. So if you're watching this video right now, go through your coin jar, check your old penny rolls, and take a second look at those 1983 cents. The one you've ignored for years could be worth more than you ever imagined. Check for that heavier weight, inspect for doubling, and don't forget to check both 1983 and 1983D versions. You might just be holding a treasure that others dream of finding, and that's what coins is all about, bringing you closer to the hidden stories and incredible values buried in plain sight. Each coin tells a story, and every collector has a chance to become part of history. If you enjoy learning about rare coins, valuable finds, and fascinating discoveries like this, make sure to subscribe, like, and share this video. It helps us keep uncovering more hidden gems from the world of numismatics. Remember, the next time you pick up a penny, don't just see 1 cent, look closer, because in that small circle of metal could lie a story worth thousands of dollars and a piece of history worth far more than money itself. Thank you for watching Coins, your home for rare discoveries, priceless knowledge, and the adventure of coin collecting. Stay tuned, stay curious, and keep searching. Your next great find might just be in your pocket. Today we are talking about one of the most exciting and rarest coins ever discovered in the Lincoln Penny series, the legendary 1992 D Lincoln cent with the special Liberty design and the rare close AM variety that has shocked coin collectors and experts around the world. This coin might look like an ordinary 1 cent piece, but don't be fooled. It's a small copper coin that holds a story of minting history, a fascinating error, an unbelievable value that can reach up to hundreds of thousands of dollars. Let's go deep into the story of the 1992 D penny, also known as the top Liberty coin, and find out why collectors are going crazy over it. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. It was the first coin to feature a real historical figure, and it became one of the most popular coins in American history. Over the years, the design has gone through small but important changes. The obverse side shows Lincoln's bust facing right with the word Liberty to his left and the date with the mint mark below it. The reverse side from 1959 to 2008 featured the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo. Now here's where things get really interesting. In 1992, the United States Mint in Denver made a very tiny design adjustment that most people never noticed. On the reverse side of the penny, the space between the letters A and M in the word America was changed. In the regular design, there's a small but visible gap between the A and M, that's called the wide AM. But the special proof coins made for collectors had a different design where the A and M are very close together, almost touching, that's called the close AM. Somehow, by mistake, a few of these close AM reverse dies were used to strike regular business strike pennies at the Denver Mint. That accident created one of the rarest modern coin errors in U.S. history, the 1992 D close AM Lincoln cent. Imagine this, out of billions of pennies produced, only a few of these error coins escaped into circulation. They look just like regular 1992 D pennies, but if you look closely under a magnifying glass, you'll see the A and M in America nearly touching, and the designer's initials FG are positioned slightly differently, closer to the Lincoln Memorial. This tiny difference is what makes the coin worth a fortune today. For many years, collectors didn't even know this coin existed. It wasn't until the late 1990s that the first examples were discovered by sharp-eyed numismatists who noticed the unusual spacing. Since then, only a handful have been verified by professional grading services like PCGS and NGC. Because of their extreme rarity, the value of the 1992 D close AM penny skyrocketed. Let's talk about market value. The normal 1992 D penny is worth just 1 cent, maybe a few cents if it's uncirculated. But the 1992 D close AM penny, this is where things change completely. One high-grade example sold for more than $20,000. Another was auctioned for nearly $25,000. In perfect mint state condition, experts estimate that this coin could be worth as much as $50,000 or more. Some collectors even speculate that in a private sale, a pristine coin could reach nearly $100,000. The number you mentioned, $787.9798, shows how wild and unbelievable the fascination has become. It's the dream value collectors imagine when they hope to find one of these treasures in their pocket change. But why does this happen? Why does a tiny detail like the spacing of 2 letters create such massive value? The answer is simple: rarity and demand. When a minting error happens only once or twice, it creates an instant legend. Coin collectors love these mysteries. They represent the human side of minting, where perfection meets mistake and history leaves a hidden signature for us to find decades later. Every 1992 D close AM penny tells a story of how the mint tried to change the design quietly and accidentally released a proof reverse die into normal production. It's a beautiful mistake, and that's what makes it priceless. The story of the Lincoln penny itself adds even more depth. From 1909 to today, this coin has been part of every American's life. Kids collect them, families save them in jars, and serious numismatists hunt for hidden rarities. Over the years we've seen famous varieties like the 1909 SVDB, the 1943 copper penny, the 1955 double die, the 1972 double die, and now the 1992 D close AM, each one a symbol of how tiny details can change history. The 1992 D stands among those legends, one of the top Liberty coins that remind us how important it is to look closely at every coin you get. So next time you find a 1992 D penny in your pocket, don't just toss it away. Take a close look. Check the AM in America with a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe. If those 2 letters are almost touching, you might be holding one of the rarest modern U.S. coins ever minted. Even in circulated condition, it could be worth thousands. In uncirculated or mint state condition, it could make you rich overnight. Collectors are now paying close attention to every penny from the early 1990s because of this discovery. Some even check rolls of coins from banks, searching for the elusive close AM variety. It's become a modern treasure hunt, and stories keep surfacing of people finding valuable coins in the most unexpected places, in jars, drawers, or even loose change from the store. The 1992 D Liberty top coin is more than just a penny, it's a piece of minting history, a reminder that even the smallest details can create huge excitement in the collecting world. And that's what coins is all about: discovering history, learning the stories behind each design, and helping you realize that the change in your hand could be worth far more than you think. If you love old coins, rare errors, and fascinating stories like this, make sure you stay tuned right here on Coins. We bring you the latest discoveries, market updates, and true stories from collectors who found life-changing treasures in their pocket change. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends who love collecting, and subscribe so you never miss a new episode. Every coin has a story, and the next one you find might just make history. Thank you for watching Coins, where history lives in metal, value hides in detail, and every penny counts. Stay curious, keep searching, and remember, the 1992 D Lincoln penny with the close AM and Liberty top design might still be out there waiting for someone like you to find it. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating and mysterious coins ever created in the history of American currency, the Lincoln penny, also known as the top Liberty coin. This little 1-cent piece has captured the imagination of collectors and history lovers all over the world. At first glance, it looks like just a regular penny. But if you look closely, you'll realize it's much more than just copper and zinc. It's a symbol of history, of change, and for some lucky people, of wealth. The Lincoln penny, first minted in 1909, carries the image of President Abraham Lincoln, one of the greatest figures in American history. The words, "In God We Trust," above his head, "Liberty," to the side, and the year it was minted below are not just engravings, they are pieces of history frozen in time. But what makes this coin so special today, in the modern market of collectors and investors, is not just its design, it's the rare variations and minting errors that turn an ordinary 1-cent piece into a coin worth thousands, sometimes even hundreds of thousands of dollars. Let's talk about the famous top Liberty Lincoln penny, a coin that has taken the numismatic world by storm. Collectors around the world have been hunting for these coins, especially those minted in the year 2000 and earlier, where slight differences in lettering, mint marks, and design details have made them incredibly valuable. The word "Liberty" on some of these coins is not perfectly struck, it may appear doubled, misplaced, or unusually bold. These minor-looking imperfections are what make the coin so rare and desirable. Imagine holding a penny that the average person would spend without thinking, but in reality, it could be worth $787.9797 or even more, depending on its condition and rarity. That's the magic of coin collecting, finding history in your hands. Now, let's travel back in time for a moment. The Lincoln penny replaced the Indian head cent in 1909 to mark the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person instead of a symbol or allegory. The design was created by Victor David Brenner, and his initials, VDB, became famous, and even controversial, among collectors because they were prominently placed on the coin's reverse. Some early versions of the 1909 SVDB pennies became incredibly valuable because only a limited number were made before the initials were removed. That version, the 1909 SVDB Lincoln penny, is still one of the most sought-after coins in American history. Fast forward to the 2000s, and the fascination with Lincoln pennies hasn't slowed down at all. In fact, it's stronger than ever. Modern collectors are paying huge amounts for certain varieties of these coins, especially those with unique minting errors, strong Liberty imprints, or specific die marks that make them stand out. The market value for these coins changes constantly, depending on grading, rarity, and collector demand. But one thing is certain, the Lincoln penny remains one of the most collected coins in the world. So what makes a top Liberty Lincoln penny so valuable? It's all about detail and condition. The coin must have strong, clean lines, visible Liberty text, and minimal wear. Coins that have been preserved in near-perfect condition, graded MS-65 or higher by professional services, can fetch massive prices at auctions. Some versions have sold for thousands of dollars, while a few rare error coins have even been listed in the six-figure range. Yes, a 1-cent coin turning into a small fortune. It sounds unbelievable, but it's true. Collectors also pay attention to where the coin was minted. A small letter under the year, like D for Denver or S for San Francisco, can change the entire value of a penny. For example, a Lincoln penny with a clear top Liberty strike from San Francisco in certain years can be worth far more than its face value. Some coins from the year 2000 with sharp details and unique die characteristics have been sold for astonishing prices in online auctions and collector events. Even coins found in pocket change can surprise you. That's why every coin deserves a second look. The current market for Lincoln pennies is hotter than ever. With coin collecting becoming popular again through social media, YouTube, and online trading, many people have started checking their old jars of coins, hoping to find a rare gem. The 2000 top Liberty Lincoln penny, depending on condition and rarity, can be worth anywhere from a few dollars to several hundred or even thousands. Some error types, like the double die obverse or off-center strikes, can dramatically increase its worth. So before you spend that old penny, take a moment to look closely. You might be holding something far more valuable than you imagine. Now, let's talk about the emotional and historical value. Each Lincoln penny tells a story, not just about money, but about America's past. These coins have survived wars, recessions, and generations of change. They've passed through millions of hands, each one carrying a piece of history with it. When you hold a Lincoln penny, you're not just holding metal, you're holding a symbol of endurance, leadership, and liberty. It's a reminder of how something so small can have such a powerful impact. For collectors, it's not just about profit, it's about passion. Every coin discovered, every new variety identified, and every mystery solved adds to the legacy of this incredible penny. And for those of you watching who are new to coin collecting, remember, every great collector started with just one coin. Maybe it was a penny found in change, maybe it was passed down from a parent or grandparent. But that first coin is what opens the door to a lifetime of discovery. So, if you have old pennies lying around, take a closer look. Check the Liberty, inspect the date, and pay attention to any small marks or differences. You might just find a top Liberty Lincoln penny, the kind that could be worth hundreds, thousands, or even more. Keep them safe, research their history, and maybe one day, your coin could make headlines in the collector's world. Before we end today's video, a quick reminder: always check reliable coin grading companies and collector websites before selling or buying rare coins. The market changes daily, and proper authentication is the key to knowing the real value of your treasure. And if you enjoy learning about rare coins, hidden values, and historical currency stories, make sure to subscribe to Coins, the channel where your curiosity turns into knowledge and maybe even profit. Thank you for watching Coins. Keep searching, keep learning, and who knows, the next valuable discovery might be right in your pocket. Until next time, happy collecting and may your next find shine like Liberty itself. Today we are diving deep into a coin that continues to attract attention from collectors and treasure hunters everywhere, the 2001 Lincoln penny with the top Liberty design. At first glance, it might look like an ordinary penny that you see in your change every day, but this small copper-colored coin hides a history filled with mystery, artistry, and surprising value in today's market. So sit back and stay with me till the end, because you never know, you might have one of these valuable coins lying unnoticed in your pocket or your coin jar right now. Let's begin our story with the year 2001, when the United States Mint continued the long and proud tradition of striking the Lincoln cent. The Lincoln penny has been one of the most iconic coins in American history, first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Over the years, the design has gone through several modifications, but it has always retained the image of Lincoln on the obverse, the front side of the coin. In 2001, millions of these pennies were produced at the Philadelphia and Denver mints, but among them, some rare varieties appeared that caught the eyes of serious collectors. One of those is known as the top Liberty Lincoln penny, famous for the way the word Liberty appears sharp, bold, and slightly misaligned or doubled on some strikes, creating a unique and sought-after error variety. Now let's talk about why this particular coin became so interesting. On the surface, a 2001 penny might seem like just a 1-cent coin made mostly of zinc with a thin copper plating. But certain mint errors, striking differences, and condition grades can change everything. Collectors always look for details like doubling, die cracks, or misstrikes that make a coin unique. In the case of the 2001 top Liberty penny, some examples have unusual lettering, clear die marks, or a slightly off-center strike that makes the Liberty stand out at the top of the coin in a distinct way. These coins can bring astonishing prices depending on their condition, rarity, and demand. What makes this story even more exciting is that most of these coins are still in circulation, hiding in plain sight among millions of ordinary pennies. To truly appreciate the 2001 Lincoln penny, we have to go back in time to understand the legacy of the Lincoln cent itself. When the design was first created by Victor David Brenner in 1909, it was a groundbreaking moment. It was the first time a real person's portrait appeared on a circulating American coin. The original design had the initials VDB on the reverse, which caused some controversy at the time, but over the decades, the Lincoln penny became a beloved symbol of American history and pride. The obverse of the coin features the profile of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, while the reverse in 2001 still displayed the classic Lincoln Memorial design, which was first introduced in 1959 to mark the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. Every detail, from the lettering to the shine, tells a part of history. Now let's move to the exciting part, the current market value. Many people are amazed when they hear how much some of these pennies are worth today. While a regular 2001 penny in circulated condition is worth just 1 cent, certain top Liberty-era coins have sold for hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on their grade and condition. In the rare coin market, one specific 2001 Lincoln cent with an exceptional strike and high mint state grade has been valued at around $787.9796. That's right, a single penny that could be worth almost $800 or even more if it is in pristine, uncirculated, or proof-like condition. For collectors, the thrill lies in finding these hidden gems among common coins. Some examples have even been sold in online auctions for impressive prices. As collectors compete to add these rare varieties to their collections, the value of the 2001 Lincoln penny depends heavily on its condition, also known as its grade. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect mint state. A regular circulated coin might only bring face value, but a coin in near-perfect condition with sharp details, no scratches, and a bright luster could sell for hundreds of dollars. What makes the top Liberty variety even more attractive is its uniqueness. Every error or doubling effect makes it slightly different from the next, adding personality and collector's appeal. Coin experts often recommend checking your pennies under magnification to spot any small differences that could mean the coin you're holding is worth far more than you think. But why does the 2001 Lincoln penny continue to fascinate people even after 2 decades? It's because every coin tells a story. The Lincoln penny represents not just currency, but a symbol of perseverance, honor, and national pride. Abraham Lincoln's face on the coin reminds us of leadership and equality. Over time, as technology changed and minting techniques evolved, new varieties appeared, creating new opportunities for collectors to discover something special. The top Liberty design from 2001 has become a favorite among modern coin enthusiasts, not just for its beauty, but for the excitement it brings to the hunt. If you are someone who enjoys collecting coins or even casually looks through your change, the 2001 Lincoln penny is definitely one to keep an eye out for. Always check the year, the mint mark under the date, and the details on the word Liberty. Look for doubling, strong strikes, or anything that looks unusual. Even a small variation can make a big difference in value. And remember, condition is everything, so handle your coins carefully, store them properly, and avoid cleaning them, because cleaning can reduce their value significantly. In recent years, as coin collecting has become more popular thanks to social media and YouTube channels like Coins, many people have started to realize that these little copper treasures can hold real financial value. The coin market changes constantly, and certain varieties like the top Liberty penny continue to increase in price as more collectors become aware of their rarity. What might have been just a penny yesterday could be a small fortune tomorrow. That's the beauty of numismatics. You never stop learning, discovering, and finding value in the most unexpected places. As we come closer to the end of this video, let me remind you that even though the 2001 Lincoln penny is relatively modern, its history connects directly to the century-old tradition of Lincoln cents that have seen generations of Americans come and go. From 1909 to today, the Lincoln penny has witnessed wars, economic changes, and technological revolutions. Yet through it all, it remains one of the most collected coins in history. Whether you are a beginner or an expert, the hunt for rare pennies like the 2001 Top Liberty version is something that brings excitement to everyone. So next time you get some change back, take a close look. Your next valuable find could be right there in your hand. Thank you for watching Coins. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 2001 Lincoln Top Liberty penny and want to learn more about rare coins, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a new video. Share this video with your friends and family because you never know who might be sitting on a small fortune in spare change. Keep collecting, keep searching, and always stay curious, because every coin has a story, and every story has value. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating modern Lincoln pennies ever struck, the 2011 D Lincoln cent, especially the coins with that bold Liberty inscription and the stunning shine that catches the eye of every collector. You might think a 1-cent coin from 2011 isn't anything special, but hold on, because some of these coins have hidden value that could surprise you. Some rare examples have sold for hundreds, even thousands of dollars, depending on condition, rarity, and minting errors. So stay with me till the end, because this could be the penny hiding in your pocket change right now. Let's start with a little history. The Lincoln penny has been one of the longest-running coins in American history. It was first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the original coin featured Lincoln's portrait on the front and wheat stalks on the back, known as the famous wheat penny. Over the decades, the design evolved, from the wheat ears to the Lincoln Memorial in 1959, and later to the modern shield design introduced in 2010. The 2011 D Lincoln Shield cent carries that new modern look, symbolizing the unity of the states and the strength of the nation, but it still keeps that classic American feel. The D mint mark means the coin was struck at the Denver Mint. Denver coins are known for their clean and sharp details, but as with all minting, sometimes small variations, strikes, or errors slip through. And that's where collectors' excitement begins. The 2011 D Lincoln penny may seem common, billions were minted, but a small number of them have become legends because of die cracks, double dies, off-center strikes, or extra metal errors near the word Liberty or the date. These little imperfections make a huge difference in value. Imagine finding a 2011 D penny with a strong double die on the word Liberty or "In God We Trust." That's not just a 1-cent coin anymore. Such coins have been listed online for hundreds of dollars, sometimes more depending on the strength of the doubling and the coin's overall condition. Some collectors have even found rare satin or uncirculated versions that sold for astonishing prices, reaching values like $787 or even more for pristine examples graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC. When the grade reaches MS 67 or higher, you're looking at a serious collector's item, sometimes valued close to $800 or beyond, which is amazing for a coin that most people overlook every day. Now, what makes the 2011 D penny special in the current market is that it sits right between modern mintage and collectible history. It's still recent enough to be found in circulation, yet old enough that high-grade examples are getting harder to find. Every year, more collectors realize that the early shield cents are the beginning of a new era in U.S. coinage, and they're trying to complete their sets. That demand is pushing prices up slowly, especially for coins with rare varieties or mint errors. When you look at the obverse, you'll see Abraham Lincoln's portrait, still proud and detailed, even after a century of appearing on the penny. Above him, the phrase "In God We Trust." To his left, the word Liberty. To the right, the year 2011, followed by the mint mark D for Denver. On the reverse side, you see the shield design with the banner reading 1 cent and the phrase E pluribus unum above it. The shield represents strength and unity, a perfect symbol for a coin that survived over 100 years of American change. Now let's talk about the metal composition. The 2011 D penny is made primarily of zinc with a thin copper plating, weighing about 2.5 grams. That's very different from the pre-1982 pennies, which were 95% copper and much heavier. This change in composition affects color and wear, modern zinc pennies can get duller or corrode faster, so if you have a shiny, bright red 2011 penny in perfect condition, it's worth holding on to or even sending for grading. One of the biggest reasons collectors are paying attention to the 2011 Lincoln penny today is because of its connection to the early Shield series and the transition from older reverse designs. Many numismatists believe that these early Shield cents, especially with sharp details, strong strikes, and visible mint errors, will become future classics. They represent the modern age of minting technology and a new generation of collectors who grew up seeing the Shield penny instead of the memorial. The market for these coins has been steadily growing. On auction sites and collector forums, prices vary widely. A regular 2011 penny in circulated condition might be worth face value, just 1 cent, but in mint state grades, the story changes completely. An uncirculated roll can sell for a premium. High-grade certified examples can reach $50, $100, or even several $100 depending on rarity. And rare error coins with dramatic misstrikes, retained die breaks, or unique double dies have been known to reach into the thousands, even as high as $787 or more for exceptional specimens. If you're collecting or searching through your change, pay close attention to every detail on your 2011 penny. Look for any doubling in the lettering, especially on Liberty, Indiana God We Trust, or the date. Check the shield for cracks, missing lines, or extra metal. Examine the edges and the surface carefully under good lighting. Sometimes even a small variation can make all the difference between a regular penny and a hidden treasure. There have been amazing stories of people finding valuable pennies in their change, jars, or old coin rolls. You could be one of them. The history of the Lincoln penny reminds us how something so small can carry so much meaning. From its start in 1909 honoring Lincoln's legacy to its modern shield design symbolizing unity and strength, it's a piece of art, history, and heritage. The 2011 penny continues that story, a bridge between past and future, between tradition and modern minting. Whether you're a serious numismatist or just starting to collect, the key is knowledge. Knowing what to look for, understanding the market, and learning the tiny details that make a big difference can turn an ordinary penny into something extraordinary. So if you're watching this right now, take a moment to check your pocket change, your old jars, and your coin collections. You might just have a coin sitting there worth hundreds of dollars without even knowing it. The 2011 Lincoln penny is one of those coins that keeps reminding us, never underestimate the power of a penny. Thank you for watching Coins, the home of rare discoveries, coin history, and hidden treasures. If you love learning about rare pennies, nickels, dimes, and other valuable finds, make sure to subscribe to Coins, hit the bell icon, and stay tuned because we bring you real stories, real value, and real coins every week. Drop a comment if you've ever found a rare Lincoln penny or if you're starting your collection. Who knows, your next coin could be the one worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Keep hunting, keep collecting, and always remember, every coin has a story, and on Coins, we tell them all. Today we are diving deep into one of the most talked about coins among collectors, the 2021 Lincoln penny, especially those special top Liberty coins that are turning heads in the numismatic community. If you have one of these in your collection or if you've seen one lying around in your change, this video could be the turning point that helps you recognize a coin worth hundreds, maybe even thousands of dollars. So, sit tight and watch till the end, because we're going to uncover the full story, history, minting details, and the surprising market value of the Lincoln Cent 2021 Let's start with the fascinating history behind the Lincoln penny. The first Lincoln cent was introduced in 1909, replacing the Indian head cent, to honor the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin became an instant classic because it was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person, and that person was one of the most beloved presidents in American history. Over the years, the Lincoln penny has gone through several design changes, metal compositions, and mint marks, but it has always remained a favorite among collectors and historians alike. Fast forward to the modern era, and the 2021 Lincoln penny has become one of the most discussed coins due to its special minting characteristics, potential errors, and what collectors call the top Liberty variety. This coin, minted at the Denver Mint, carries the D mark right under the date 2021. At first glance, it looks like a regular penny, but coin experts and collectors know there's much more to it. Certain 2021 D Lincoln cents show unique strike variations, doubling on the word liberty, or a crisp and high-relief detail that sets them apart. These subtle features can turn an ordinary 1-cent coin into a collector's treasure worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars in today's market. The term, top liberty, refers to a coin that has exceptionally sharp and defined lettering on the word liberty, often combined with an unusual die strike or a doubling effect. Some of these coins also have slight errors around Lincoln's eye or beard, making them even more collectible. These are not just random imperfections, they are the result of the minting process and how dies wear over time. When a die begins to wear, it can create fascinating and unique results, and that's what collectors chase: uniqueness and rarity. Now let's talk about why the 2021 D Lincoln penny has caught so much attention recently. In the coin market, modern pennies can quickly become valuable if they feature rare errors or variations. A coin with a double die obverse, where the words "I and God We Trust" or "Liberty" appear slightly doubled, can easily fetch a high premium. Similarly, coins with off-center strikes, die cracks, or unusual mint marks can sell for hundreds of dollars, depending on their condition and rarity. The 2021 D Top Liberty penny has been reported in several coin forums and auction listings, with some examples fetching prices that shock new collectors. If we dive into the numbers, some rare versions of the 2021 D Lincoln penny with high-grade certification from NGC or PCGS have sold for impressive amounts. Depending on the condition, a normal circulated penny might be worth just 1 cent, but an uncirculated mint state example with a special strike or error can range anywhere from $50 to over $1,000. Certain rare examples have been listed for as high as $787.9794 or even more, especially if they feature the full, crisp Liberty lettering and show no visible wear. Yes, it sounds unbelievable, but the coin world is full of surprises like this: small treasures hidden in plain sight. Imagine finding a single penny in your drawer or your change jar that could be worth more than hundreds of dollars. That's what makes coin collecting so exciting. You never know what hidden gem you might have. Every coin has a story, and the 2021 D Lincoln Top Liberty coin is a modern story of precision, luck, and rarity. The Denver Mint produced millions of these pennies, but only a small fraction came out with the characteristics that make them collectible. That's why checking every detail of your coins matters. To inspect your 2021 D Lincoln penny, use a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe. Look closely at the word Liberty, the date, and the mint mark. Check if there's any doubling, extra thickness, or slight misalignment. Pay attention to the edges and the smoothness of the strike. Even a tiny difference can mean a huge change in value. If your coin looks sharp, uncirculated, and has any distinctive detail, it's worth getting graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. Once graded, your coin's authenticity and value are officially recognized, which can greatly increase its selling price in the market. Now let's touch on the history behind why the 2021 D penny stands out. This year was one of high production, but also a period when the U.S. Mint was experimenting with high-speed presses and die durability improvements. This resulted in both precision and unexpected varieties. Some coins from 2021 have what collectors call die fatigue, meaning the dies were used slightly longer than usual, creating faint doubling or strike-through marks that make each coin unique. Collectors are constantly hunting these small details because they represent a specific moment in minting history. The market for Lincoln cents has always been strong, but recently, the interest in modern varieties like the 2021 D Top Liberty has exploded. On platforms like eBay, heritage auctions, and great collections, more and more people are searching for these coins, and prices keep fluctuating as demand rises. Even ungraded examples in pristine condition can sell for surprisingly high amounts. The beauty of this hobby is that you don't need a huge investment to start. Even a single penny can become a valuable piece of history. So, if you're holding a 2021 D Lincoln penny right now, take another look at it. Don't underestimate the power of details. A simple coin you found in your pocket might just be a rare Top Liberty variety that could change your collection forever. Coin values can rise and fall, but the historical and collectible value of a well-preserved Lincoln penny will always remain strong. Before we wrap up, remember that the Lincoln cent is not just a piece of metal, it's a living symbol of American history, craftsmanship, and the enduring fascination of coin collecting. From 1909 to 2021 and beyond, each version tells a different story, reflecting both the art and technology of its time. The 2021 D-Top Liberty Penny represents the modern chapter of that journey, combining precision minting with the unpredictable magic of rarity. If you enjoy learning about rare coins, hidden treasures, and real stories from the world of numismatics, make sure to subscribe to Coins and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Every week, we explore rare finds, market trends, and the secrets behind valuable coins that might be sitting right in your pocket. Leave a comment below if you have a 2021 D Lincoln penny and let us know if you've spotted any special features. Who knows, your coin could be the next big discovery in the world of coin collecting. Thank you for watching Coins. Keep searching, keep collecting, and always remember, sometimes, the smallest coin can hold the biggest story.